Aloha. Thank you for joining us here at TruthMadeEasy.com as we continue with our Apologetics Made Easy video training course. In this video, Truth Beyond the Grave, we're going to see how truth matters for each of us on the other side of the grave, for all eternity, for time without end. One question that most people have had at one time or another is there really a God? They've also asked, is there a heaven, an afterlife? Is there really life after death? Well, Christianity teaches that God does indeed exist and that he is in heaven and that there is an afterlife. It also teaches that every person will appear before one of two judgments after they die. The Christian appears before Christ at what is known as the Bema Seat judgment, where they're going to be rewarded based on what they did in this life while still here on earth. Unbelievers, those who have rejected Christ, will stand before him at what is known as the Great White Throne Judgment. This is a punishment judgment, one that no one wants to be a part of. The atheist doesn't believe in God, an afterlife, or any such judgments. They don't believe in angels, heaven, hell, or the supernatural, nor do they believe that humans possess a soul. For the atheist, man is a product of evolution. He's nothing more than matter. He's a material man. And this life, well, that's all there is. But what if the atheist is wrong? What if the truth is that there is existence beyond the grave, and what we do today will determine our eternal destiny, either in heaven or hell? Truth really will matter then, won't it? It will matter for all eternity. And you know what? Truth also matters here now on earth too. Think about it. Many good, hard-working people struggle through life, earning a living, supporting a family, helping others, all good and noble things. And what is their final reward in this life? What is their destiny? Well, according to atheism, their destiny is the grave and dirt. Is that what life is all about? Is that the real truth of our existence here on earth? Our real purpose in this life? To work hard and handle the struggles of life with the belief that our reward in the end is what? A destiny of dirt? That's sad. That is so sad. Christianity, on the other hand, teaches that we are born, we live out our lives, and yes, the grave is the destiny of us all. But the grave is not our final destiny. The Bible teaches that one day, even our bodies which die here on earth will be resurrected to new life. Bodies that will live forever in either heaven or hell. And what we do now here on earth will determine our future on the other side of the grave. I read a leaflet once, and two words from it really stuck with me. The two words were, then what? Now, I don't have that leaflet, so I put together a hypothetical conversation between a boy and his elderly grandfather that I hope will convey the message I took away from reading that leaflet. Now, this boy's a teenager, a real achiever. He's smart, good in sports, popular, has lots of friends. He's on top of the world. He's got his whole life mapped out with some pretty high aspirations. Now, his grandfather asks him, "So, what are your plans, son, when you get older? What do you want to do?" "Well, I'm going to get a good education and hopefully get to go to a good college." "That's great. Then what?" "I'm going to go to graduate school, get a master's degree, and maybe even a doctorate." "That's sure ambitious. After that, then what?" "Well, I'll start a business of my own and hopefully make lots of money, find the girl of my dreams, get married, and raise a family." Good. Then what?" "Well, we'll build our dream house together, drive the fanciest cars, and travel everywhere." "Well, you sure do have everything planned, don't you?" "Well, after you get that house, car, and you do all that traveling, then what?" "Well, I'll get my kids into the finest schools and colleges and help them get started in their own careers. Maybe one or all of them will join me in my business." "Then what?" "Oh, I guess we'll have some grandkids, retire, golf, travel, kick back, and enjoy our senior years." "Then what?" "Well, I guess I'll die just like everyone else." "Then what?" At this point, there's a deafening silence. Nothing, I guess. I'll be dead." Well, I'm sure you get the message. This boy had planned every detail of his life, but he had left out planning for the most important part of his life after death. Someone has said, we are going to be dead a lot longer than we are alive. Well, if the Bible is true, there will be no end to our existence. We will live for hundreds and thousands and billions of years, century after century, millennium after millennium. It's no wonder that the Bible teaches that our life here on earth is very short. Oh, it may seem long at times, but the Bible describes the brevity of life as a vapor that appears for a little time and then vanishes away. James 4:14. Sort of like a vapor that you see over a cup of hot coffee. It's not very long at all. You know, on our slide here, we see the pictures of a baby and a graveyard. Well, let's let this line here, extending from the baby to the grave, represent your life and mine. A good, long life of 100 years, a full century. Now, it seems like a very long time until we shrink those 100 years down to this one little box and then compare it against these other 100-year boxes. You know, we have to realize that when we're discussing eternity, as the Bible teaches, that we can keep creating boxes like this forever and ever and never stop. For neither you or I will ever reach the end of our lives. No one will. We will all exist forever. It's just a matter of question where we will spend that eternal existence. You know, that's why Jesus taught people when he was still here on earth that there really is a heaven and a hell. And what we do here and now determines which of these two places will be our forever home. In Matthew 22:13, Jesus describes hell as a place of outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth, a place no one would ever wish to go, a place that God never intended for any human to go. Any human who goes to hell goes there by their own choice. And the worst part is that this place of horror never ceases. Like heaven, it's eternal. The truth as taught in the Bible is that God wants all people to go to heaven, a place more incredible than anything seen here on earth. So yes, truth matters. It matters in our everyday life, it matters when it comes to religion, and truth matters on the other side of the grave. How about you? Have you planned for life on the other side? Maybe you're watching this video right now and wondering, how do I get to heaven? Well, it's actually quite easy to arrange for your travel there, and it will take just a few minutes to learn how. In just a bit here, this video will end, and when it does, simply click on the link labeled Learn More About Heaven. Once you're done, come back and rejoin us for our next video, where we're going to talk about evidence and faith. How much proof is enough proof?